Oh, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's connections. Trying to go a little bit in another direction, or a little bit more lighthearted. Some of the things I've been going to are kind of heavy to a certain degree, but it seems to be much necessary. I'm going to CIA for a little bit. It does seem like there's some things, at least from my perspective, to bring out and to the root of a lot, but also to go into more lightheartedness as we go along. So I'm not going to go and spend too much time here because I'm not sure how many are really into all this, but it does seem like it'll bring some usefulness to somebody. I mean, obviously, people are already connected to this thing already. Give you another perspective. Let's put it that way. So, anyway, okay, where to start? Well, we'll start with our website. Give you some hints of. Oops. Okay, this is CIA.org. Yeah, it has a bunch of whatever, doesn't really matter. And this is their propaganda site, Disney. So this is their other arm of their to keep us distracted from what's going on. No matter what it is, they're going to feed us whatever they can to keep us unknown to what they're up to. So basically, most of this is probably pretty vague, basically. Typical of the shadow government creation. Yeah, that's pretty much like the workers, the arm of the shadow system, deep state, or shadow government. Obviously, they're the ones that are, yeah, they do have portal technologies that just showed up. They are very paranoid to a certain degree. I believe the lower echelon, meaning the ones that deal with us, are very paranoid. The ones that are higher up, far from it, they're more magical. Yeah, some aren't ready for that, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm not talking about the chief of CIA. There seems to be a part of it that is not that well known to its own self, like a division of fourth dimensional magicians, basically. Not necessarily all black, but I mean black, like black magician type stuff, but close enough. Well, I don't think it's all bad, but anyway, I think it has a little bit of mixture of everything. The reason I'm bringing this up, it does have AI also connected to it. Now I understand I'm getting all this, but not the full swing of it, but a good enough amount. Basically, it's like your NSA can tap into anything, just like you see something in Star Trek, like the AI on a ship, or this little doohickey here, a lot more advanced, obviously, but the consciousness also. I'm not sure. I don't know if it has like a face. It might, like you see like AIs, like what was it on Power Rangers? The face shows up to tell them what they're gonna do. I imagine somebody knows what I'm talking about. That does seem to exist. They do tap into people's energies. There's different divisions of CIA, obviously. They run the guns and whatever it is, do their criminal organizations. Disney, Hollywood, Transformers, etc. There's definitely divisions. And of course, a lot of this stuff is crazy, so most people aren't going to connect to it. Well, your general population. So they're so busy being programmed by them, by the deep state, CIA, whatever. Of course, you're not going to pay attention. Of course, you're not going to know. It is beyond the comprehension they give you. They give you a certain, like, a level of thinking. And if you go beyond that, they call you crazy. Does not mean you're crazy, but according to third dimensional standards, you are, but you're not. You're actually tapping into their higher consciousness they don't want you to go to. Of course, what are you going to do with that? I mean, it's okay to tap it. I don't think there's anything wrong with tapping into it or being aware of it. You might get psychically attached. Possibly. I'm not getting that yet. But you never know. Maybe I'm having that recently. That would explain a lot of things, actually, recently. Yeah, that would explain a lot, actually. So that could be it. So anyway, enough about that. Some things are just out of your hands too. So anyway, I believe they are obviously know I was going to go in this direction. I must have had a conversation with them, Astro or something like that, because it feels like I need to go into this direction. At least not, not like maybe this is a CIA whitewash or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, it does seem like the CIA is something, and that's something I've ever wanted to truly connect with, but not. I guess now is the time. Anyway, obviously, Disney, and there's a lot of other stuff. No, I looked at the Florida Project. I saw the documentary about it. Never. I mean, I heard about the CIA, like ex-CIA people involved with it. When they're purchasing land. Never really thinking about. We'll go into a little bit further into that. It's like that is kind of strange. And yeah, I believe. I don't think Walt Disney was fully. I mean, their business, yeah, it doesn't seem like it was doing so great. So you can say the government kind of moved in its own little way, not to help their business, whatever. And he was a genius. He had great ideas, theme parks, great idea. I don't think that was a CIA download, but for him, that was. And they obviously took advantage of it, and they've been taking advantage of everything. It's a propaganda machine, basically. It's whatever keeps the humans under hypnosis. Obviously, there's other branches of this. Washington Post, on and on and on. Yeah, read too many books, watch too many movies, whatever. Yeah, most of majority of humanity will eventually awaken up to this. Also, got a download of such as hurricane season. Well, we have been for a while, but now it seems like Hurricane Central, and there's another one out there on its way, and I'll go into that in a second. Yeah, looking forward to that. I believe there will be a time when let's see, those that are connecting more to your fourth dimensional energy. I believe people will become more, those that are ready for this, will be able to stop these storms. Using your own energy. I mean, right now you probably can to a certain degree. But I do see a dimension, a time when we see these things coming, we band together in our own way, and these storms deflate. They just transform into whatever it's going to turn into. And I'd see that as the future. And that's where you connect to your magic, your power. So I did see a vision of that, which is great. And yes, there's another hurricane out in the Atlantic. And where I'm going to South Florida next week. So I'm pretty much going into the storm, basically. So I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think it's going to get canceled yet. I don't think it seems like it's going to go to South Carolina. I know I don't want it to go anywhere, but it seems like it's going in that direction. It's hard to say right now, but I'm getting more South Carolina. It's going to get slammed. I'm not sure. It might just fly by Florida, and they have done that in the past. Yeah, I don't know how they survive on those islands, but anyway, yeah, it's not going to look good. But either way, it's raining right now. So send our hearts, blessings, jeez, and with Houston, and it's just a lot of. I'll do a channeling to go into the Houston thing or whatever they have a message for. I'm not sure they're going to talk about that. So we'll see a little bit later. As for the CIA energies that's going on today, there's a lot of mass manipulation in our public, obviously, if you want to connect to it. Mass manipulation to keep you in hypnosis through entertainment sources or news, whatever, or sexual problems, whatever it is, or addiction, I call it addictions, to keep you away from what they're doing. Now, obviously, if you start to become more aware, nobody's going to believe you. If you just start tapping into what they're doing, especially their, what they call it, the brain's not working, remote viewing, which you do a lot of. And you do other things, of course, psychic wars. They're doing that with Kim Jong-un right now. They might be doing that to me right now, actually, which will explain a lot of things the past couple of weeks. But anyway, it's all right. So, So where we're going with all of this is basically, you know, as we tap out of the manipulations, yeah, CIA plays a big role in it, and governmental, deep state, whatever, however, what and it gets weird, and a lot of people aren't, and it's in the movies you can say, and that's why they say, you watch too many movies. It's because they're putting this stuff out there. They're like giving symbols or whatever it is. They're telling you what they're doing to a certain degree, not everything, but they give you kind of hints here and they have to. It does feel like they have to. They don't have a choice. But this type of power, they have to expose. What are you going to do? I mean, one thing for sure, yeah, we're going to do them anyway. But one thing for sure, if you tap into their money, like you mess it with their money, they will. That's crossing the line, obviously. The CIA or whatever, you tap into their money. Their money seems to be, I mean, yeah, they have a money machine. They can print whatever they want. But it seems like, why do that when you can manipulate people and just, because it's part of the manipulation process. That's what I'm gathering. Use the CIA to create drug dealers, to use the CIA to do, of course, there's other parts of it, but, they create groups, ISIS, whatever, Saddam Hussein, little by little, they're creating villains to destroy them later, to create dictators that'll take them down later. I'm not sure if Gaddafi was created by them, but obviously it was taken down by them. So, in Egypt and whatever it might be. Of course, they don't have control over everything, but a good amount of it. They can't. But yeah, and Hillary Clinton seems to be very much involved with it, et cetera, et cetera. Was it Podesta? Yeah, it's just, it does seem like the Washington Post is covering up a lot, but not just them. New York Times also. Yes, their funding is not doing so great, so people are waking up to a certain degree, but not understanding the full understand, because it does get kind of weird. Because more when you go into the metaphysics of things, everything gets kind of strange. Because you go into Wally world, a world that people just can't connect to. Well, mostly, not everybody, but to your average human, you're insane, basically. So, like we see in movies. But it's true. I mean, you go into, you can see right through their stuff. And if you connect to the right, like in Washington, there's certain individuals that are connected, the magicians of Washington, they do exist. They know who you are, when you're, most aren't going to be aware, but yeah, it's, basically what I mentioned that is like, if you go march on Washington or whatever, obviously, not to say it's going to work all that well, but, there are magicians there that are well aware of your presence, at least if not of your arrival. If you make yourself known in some regards, like I know what you guys are doing, whatever, I don't know, whatever. I think that makes somewhat sense, but anyway, I don't think they always have a nab on everybody. They don't see everybody coming, at least not the whole. I mean, someone in the network knows, but has more become aware of their abilities and their fourth dimensional self. You become more, vocal of your presence. Kind of like a metaphysical Alex Jones, but not in a negative way. That's why I'm going with all that. That's how I'm going to go in that direction, but you never know. I don't think so, but you never know. Whatever. But, more vocal, basically, is what I'm getting at. Because I think we're going to slowly go into more of a galactic, we're already a galactic society, we just don't know it. And we're going to become more aware of our galactic origins. It's just the way it is. Not to say I have to connect to aliens, but just to connect to more of your human fourth, fifth dimensional self. That's all. But your aliens appear when they need to. They are bringing assistance, for sure. Your guides, your angels, your aliens, whatever it is, are always bringing assistance. So, I think we are going into a more alien world eventually. Become more seeing it eventually. As for world peace and all that, that's up to humanity. It's going to be a while for that. But I believe more of like the mystics, magicians, will become more known eventually, maybe in our lifetime, possibly. Not necessarily have to make things disappear. It's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But people are people gonna call it evil, whatever. That's fine. But that is the human engine that we all have. And eventually we'll find it. Eventually, we'll find it when the time is right. Most humans are shut down for a reason. Not because it's easier. It's just part of their path here. Some of us have been here for way too long. Maybe not in this world, but we've been through these situations before in some reality. And we've been in the same shoes as those that aren't aware of all this, for sure. So, it's just stepping stones. So, as for what CIA and other stuff going on, obviously like Disney integrated like cities, and I guess the taxpayers are paying Disney. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, at least in Orlando, so it's all a CIA operation from the get-go. Not always 100% on its programming, but they're doing it the best they can. The idea is to keep you hypnotized as much as they possibly can. Universal's the same way. Disney seems to be the strongest one to keep you under their wing, under the father, mother, parent, wing of, just it's all hypnotism, obviously. And it's coming at us now through Netflix and Hulu and wherever else you can get us at. It's going to constantly hit us because, that's where the money is. People need entertainment. Nothing wrong with that. But they're putting a veil around her. So we can't see exactly. But we're not always meant to see what's going on. Of course, they give us hints, such as with Eyes Wide Shut with Stanley Kubrick, whatever I pronounce his name. I guess with that Eyes Wide Shut, I believe they most likely assassinated him. Anyway, you can't really prove it, but it's kind of convenient how he died right after it was like to come out or something before it came out, something like that. It's kind of convenient. And the subject matter was very controversial. He was old, so anything is possible. But I would make more sense that there's parts of that film. It was like a rated R, rated X movie. I guess it depends on what you show, but anyway, I would imagine there was more scenes in it that they did not, that were probably cut out, which makes more sense because what is showing is still very hypnotic. I mean, like it blows your mind. It's like, really, am I really just? But there's actually more scenes to it that like shows what's truly. It kind of gave you hints here and there, but either way, I believe more in this type of delivery. More of this type of things will come out in film eventually. I've been saying that here and there, because most of many won't pick it up on it because they're not really ready for it. Become aware. It gets a little bit out there. There are some channelers that I'm not going to go into names. Doesn't mean to. That do connect to aliens, and it's like way out there. It's like nothing wrong with it. It's super alien, which is good, but it's like nobody can connect with it because it's like super alien. It's like that's great alien stuff, great. But it's like so alien, it's hard to relate to. It's interesting. Some of them, not to go into names, not a big deal. I'm not bashing it, but I'm just saying. It's interesting. So anyway, all of the alien races do learn how to connect to humans. That's why channeling does help them communicate with us because they're going in through our energies. Of course, we're coached by them. They're coaching us, yada, yada, yada. We're kind of going back and forth. So they're more human than, they've been doing this for a while, obviously. And the idea, I believe that many aliens that do channel through us are learning how to do it better and better. They're trying to improve ourselves. As we're trying to improve and connect with them, trying to improve and connect with us. Such an information as much needed for the time, at least. I've been kind of keeping back on the channelings, like on non-webinar days, kind of, for the actual alien channeling stuff like that, because I'm kind of taking a break from it and doing this for quite a long time. You get tired after a while. So anyway, As for any more on the CIA stuff, I was kind of going to this briefly, wasn't going to a huge amount. I'll probably trickle back into this here and there over time. If anything comes through that is much needed. But those are your, you can say that those are, that CIA is basically your magician group, at least the hierarchy is. And, trying to, I mean, obviously there's probably other divisions, but for the most part, they're the ones keeping us busy. Obviously, to be entertained and people make money in entertainment. Of course, there's other companies and stuff they create, the drug cartels they create to keep the projects going to Mars, going to other worlds, whatever it might be they're trying to do exactly. Which I don't have. Yes, there are definitely humans on other worlds from our planet. I'm not sure where, but it might not be in our solar system. Definitely Mars, but I believe there are other places. Possibly the Nabru world, where Anunnaki, possibly. I bet that's going really well. But there are definitely Illuminati worlds also, for sure. But I don't believe we're allowed there. But I believe we are somewhere else. It's through the CIA. They I do feel portal technologies through them. Just the space stuff, like anything crazy, you can think of, they probably have it for the most part. That we'll call science fiction. Advanced technologies like you wouldn't believe. It's just this is how. Of course, they don't call it the CIA when it gets to the higher order of it, but that's pretty much the deep state or whatever you want to call it. They don't have full control over everything, though. They don't like Trump. They don't have full control over him. At least the negative side. There's just things that they don't. And there's positive side of the CIA. It's not all dark. There are positives. They just. I believe the remote viewers are good and they're not all bad. They have to have a positive energy about them. Hopefully, they're being forced to do what they're doing, though. But definitely a lot of experimentations, like with humans and animals, stuff like that. It's all CIA stuff. Some of that, okay, I'm getting is off-world, not necessarily Mars. So where they're allowed to do these things. And Anunnaki is involved with it. But not on Nabru, from what I'm feeling. They want us sticky humans there, but anyway. And I believe those humans that are there are more genetically advanced, but also what I see as what we have is like a mind control where if we get out of hand, they can like sting us, like you see in the movies. And they kind of do that here. Okay, they do that here all the time. Chemtrail us, whatever. It's like you get out of line, you go, that's what I'm seeing. So we're going through it in a different way. We just destroy ourselves, especially if we can't, get cable or whatever. Anyway, not entirely, but you get an idea. You don't look like Angelina Jolie or whatever, go self-destruct. Anyway, just for example. Yeah, a lot of souls are not ready to see all this, not yet. And that's part of the adventure of it. They're learning. I mean, even if they deny it, we're all completely insane. It's fine. But they're still learning. So, I'd be skeptical. That's fine. It doesn't make all this go away, but that's fine. I'm not ready for it. I don't blame it. It's all good. It is a little bit hard for those that are aware of what's going on. They want their aliens. They want to go back to their world and just put this place to bed. It's like, you guys have this place. I don't want it. And that's part of the test, though. I don't have the full details of just the you're here for a reason. You're here to learn some kind of lesson or several lessons. And it's not always going to uncover itself. So it's just do what you got to do. Do it, relax in nature. No, it's hard for everybody here, in some shape or form. It does seem like I'm not sure if I'm going to channel the Pleiadians. Well, I might do a conscious channel. Yeah, we'll see. I am tired all the time. Jeez. I know I'm like getting close to a nervous breakdown, but I'm doing okay. Anyway, Just one thing after that. A lot of projects going on, positive. It's just I'm downloading a lot of stuff. And more stuff I don't understand at all, but it's for good purpose use. Whatever. Don't worry, you'll know about it eventually. It just anyway, enough about that. Transition. Going through a transition. Nothing wrong with that. Just they're not always going to be as easy as you like. So anyway, yeah, because I'll give you kind of inside baseball. Because when I go on this, I'm leaving like Tuesday. I'll be on the road for a while. And it's going to be. I'm going to be like the next couple of days during that. It's just going to be kind of calm, but then going to be kind of nuts. So, especially with a hurricane on its way, it doesn't help much. So, I just say we get affected by it, but anyway. So is that, and I'm changing. I'm going another direction, trying new things behind the scenes. Where I'm kind of giving you glimpses of it. So anyway, yeah, Pleiadians are here. Elemental energies are here also. As for what's going on, and Houston, as you can say, it's going through a rebirth. It is clearing out stuff it does not need. That is one of the reasons why that happened. It's like I don't know if it's by the elite. I can't tell. I mean, obviously, they have technologies to get rid of these things, but I'm not thinking it's 100%. They don't always. You can't always blame everything on them. Mother Nature's going to do what they're going to do. We are doing stuff. We're creating stuff. I mean, you'd be surprised. The consciousness of humanity, and you have your elite shadow people, and there could be possible, not 100%, but like storms like this hurricane that hit Houston, or anyway, affected Houston. There could be storms they can't stop. So, not to say there were, but I mean, you just kind of go with it, not worry about it. But whatever your messages are receiving, it's fine. Some would call it the government, some is going after Trump supporters, whatever it might be, whatever. There is, I mean, from my perspective, it's going through a rebirth. Those that do not need to be there are being thrown out, from what I see. And those that need to stay there will stay. It's more to it than that. It's also showing kindness that has been forgotten. Is much more to it than that. But it's also, there are many there that have had a lucky life, good lives. And now it's their chance of giving back. It's like giving to others. But they don't know how to give to others. It's like, I mean, I have all this money, yada, 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 but it's just, I give to Red Cross, whatever they're doing. But this situation truly shows the other side of giving. I believe there's more to it than that, but it's a big part of it. So, not to say those that got affected by it are bad or anything like that, or they need to go. Some will go because they don't have any choice. But anyway, it's different reasons. It's so many different, like I say, agendas going on there. Everyone has their own purpose for this situation, and so anyway, we just send their love and hope for less rain. So yeah, we've been seeing it again. Well, tonight again, quite a bit of it. As for, okay, we'll leave it open for, it's enough for the CIA stuff. They are, let's see, with the CIA, yeah, they are spying on certain individuals that they obviously need to, even, I mean, I'm feeling also during this storm, like with Houston, it does seem like there's certain, even with all what's going on, it helps them spy on certain individuals that are there, which is interesting, through satellite or something. Feeling like a satellite point of view. Certain individuals there that obviously it is Houston. It could be more of the wealthy. It's hard to say. But anyway, I do see them. It gives them an opportunity to keep an up, like pay attention to somebody that they haven't been able to get a hold of for a while. Either they found some people that had been in hiding. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Something around those lines. But anyway. Not like that means anything. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I can see that. So I thought like it's gonna help anybody in the long run, but anyway. I also feel a lot of dragon energies, meaning I mean more of it's of like a cobra type of a dragon, not a very good dragon. Kind of dragon operation, cobra operation. I'm feeling that. I'm not sure what any of that meant, but that's what I'm sensing. Yeah, it's something. I'm not thinking like the dragon, like the elemental dragon. I'm seeing more like government operations that are not going to be public in what they're doing. They're just could be spy rings. It's something. Anyway, I'm not getting full in detail on that. Anyway, that was interesting. Yeah, that's nice. So anyway, okay. As well, let's see if the elemental energies come through. Or Pleiadians. Or anybody. All right, much love, blessings, and see what we got. Greetings to you. We are the Nordics. Blessings from the Pleiadians. Race, council, whatever you want to call us. We are here to bring assistance of point of view. There is much manipulations on your world, yes. Many are removing those manipulations as for seeing the world more clearly, and you will continue to do so. You will see into your universe more clearly as you're bringing as assistance as continues to bring awareness to you. As your abilities increase, you have more of a presence around you, as meaning you are ready to receive information downloads from the alien energies that are assisting you at this time. Hopefully we're making some sense here. But at this time you are removing low vibrations, many of you. And you're going to connect to a dimension that is not usually connected to by humans. Yes, some have connected to it, but not stayed very long. We see many of you going to this dimension of awareness, basically. You could call it the dimension of awareness, the higher consciousness of your earth. Not necessarily you'll see your future more clearly, but you'll receive information as much needed for your environment at this time for your world dimension. Not to say it might be general information, but general information doesn't mean it is wrong. It has its reasons for being brought through. But for right now, we are just testing the waters with many of you at this moment. We can't exactly bring out the future anyway, because you have to experience the future, but we can give, I can say, general information. As for your hurricane situation, it is a part of the process that's bringing many of you together. As we're bringing neighbors together and making friends. Of course, there's much going on within it. Yes, your government is very much involved. Not necessarily with the storm hitting these areas, but your government is involved as for scrutinizing, looking for individuals that they've been looking for some time and been able to do so using their AI technologies. Yes, because it's another way of they're using this situation as an advantage. But of course, you most likely will not see this, but as for the human collective consciousness at this time, understand many more technologies will be brought into your environment when the time is right to avoid these type of floodings and also to build stronger structures. You are not there yet in civilization, but you are on your way. But yes, many are actually finding more of a spiritual calling, as for not necessarily through religion, but just in the goodness of each other and in reaching out more further, where you connect to your angels, aliens, whatever it might be. Some are just finding the love of thyself, the love of others, the new communications to new friends is also helping certain individuals see more of life. As some of you are seeing the truth of religion in certain areas, that is not exactly as welcoming as you would hope it would be. As it preaches that it is, it ends up keeping its doors closed. Keep its doors closed because it does not want that type of human in their facilities. They want ones that will give donations or become a donor eventually in some shape or form. They're not necessarily out there to help others. They preach that they are, but then they do the opposite. And that is very true. That will continue to do so. Most religions are in that direction at this time. Not all, but a good amount. But right now, many of you are understanding what is true to you. Not necessarily always having to be in a spiritual mindset, but also realizing anger is getting you nowhere. Many are connecting to anger, and it just brings out more anger. Some are finding more peace, and that peace is taking them to a place of harmony, at least with themselves, where they can open up their realities and just not have a judgment on anyone. Because many are judging each other. It's a judgment society. You're all judging each other. Not all, but a good amount. And that will be cooled down, reversed when the time is right. Humans aren't realizing their judgment of others because they're judging themselves. It's hard to be human here. It's hard to be peaceful here because there's so many low vibrations going through your mind and body that as you have a good day, something comes in to turn that and make it a negative moment. It does come in, especially when one's health, it becomes in a negative way. As you're having a good day and your health is kind of deteriorating in a certain way. Somehow, somewhere, there are mechanisms here that are always scanning you. Everyone. Yes, unfortunately, that's going on. And as you have a good day, not always the case, but there are most cases where you are having a good day, something comes in and interferes with that. Yes, you are in a petri dish. But to become more aware of these manipulations will guide you into the right place. And knowing it helps. Even if knowing it makes some feel very uncomfortable. But this is the hard truth. Yes. There are many within your government and alien beings that have been working together to make your life miserable, basically. To drain off your energies, to basically for you to be a slave of the system. If you're going to be on our world, you're going to do what we want you to do, basically. And many of you are breaking out of that. Many are unemployed because of it. Many refuse to be part of the system, as you see. And many have actually made the system work for them by receiving funds from your government, which is nothing wrong with that. But much more can be done, where the soul feels more fulfilled. Many souls that are in the unemployment field feel very unfulfilled. The idea is to be unemployed, but fulfilled by your own talents, your own happiness, the freedom to do as you wish. That will come into your environment, but yes, the slave ideas have to be removed. It is in process. It will increase. It takes time. You don't just remove yourself from a matrix mentality overnight, but little by little, you will see more of the truths. Hard truths, but also the truths of how your world is being lowered down. Yes, it is a robotic society. But many of you are unroboticing yourselves, enjoying nature more, enjoying the little things in life, each other's conversation, the presence of each other. And also, your world will come into an energy field where you can be outside and not have to have any suntan lotion. You will feel the sun rays, the true sun rays, and increase your vibration, increase your power, so you can levitate from the ground and do the powers that you wish to do so. All of this exists. You will find it. Just believe in yourselves. And they'll wake up when you feel you need to do so. Some aliens want to force individuals to go in a certain way. As for what is going on, believe in yourself first. Let yourself be comfortable with you. And if you say something that's ridiculous, don't feel bad about it. You're just being you. Of course, if you want to fix that, that's fine. But remember, just be you. Many are having difficulties being themselves. If you make a fool out of yourself, that's fine. Doesn't mean you always have to, but everybody does that. It's just here it's harsh when you do that. It's harsh criticisms. Everybody here is, say, goofy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good to laugh at yourselves also. But it's good to be able to laugh at yourself in a good way. That helps you release the prison. It's like if you do something that you're not always proud of, but laughing at yourself and laughing at the situation does help your vibration. Instead of you just hard on yourself and angry and hate yourself and all of that, is none of that. Just laugh at your laugh helps release. Blessings. We are the Pleiadians. Much love and good night. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. Thank you, everybody. That was great. Oops. For those that are, I forgot about this. If you're still here, for those that are new to all this is ivatar.com. We have private sessions. You can learn more about your aliens and spiritual direction. It's up to you. And you have, this is the schedule. Yeah, next week is closed off, but we do have a couple of days still available. The weekend is open and a little bit of Monday is open. We have gift cards, easy purchase. We also have Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and phone. It's all being recorded for your purpose only, not for others. You can do as you wish with it. Also have services here. You submit a question, you get a 5-minute audio, depending on how much information there is. It's also healing and other things here, and alternative payments. You have to type in your information all the time, your address and all that. It's also have iPhone and Android. See what's going on, the schedule of the webinars, and for YouTube. You also have Spirit Social. And yes, it's kind of repetitive because sometimes the other side doesn't work, or this one doesn't work. So as for payment situation, so I added all this here. This is just my services in case this doesn't work. Submit a question, healing, past life regression, message from Yeshua, 5-minute healing, channeling consulting, private sessions, one question from a day, chakra healing from a day, soul pain from Stephanie, angelic Reiki from Miguel. So that's what keeps the videos and the operation going. Thank you for your support. And try to do a video a day, just sometimes off days, on days, different days. So hopefully this is inspiring others to channel, to connect, Anybody can do it if you're ready. If you're ready to be, go into the world of the insane, the real world, which is very enlightening. But I wouldn't choose anything else. I would rather be in this position. But definitely helping others being aware of what's going on definitely feels good for those that are ready for it, at least. And if those are not, it's okay too. It's all good. So, all right, blessings, everyone. Thank you for being part of this, and have a great weekend.